This land is ours. We will regain it by force.
We loaned it to you before the arrival of the white people.
You either give us 160 pigs for the 2 dead, or we burn down your houses.
For a matter of prestige and territory, the Mendibo are at war with the clan of the Hembianke. The conflict has already accounted for 6 casualties on one side and 4 on the other. The Mendibo, determined to teach the Hembianke a lesson, head for a group of isolated houses. The Hembianke are coming back in great number, but the warriors stop short of engaging in a battle to avoid the intervention of the Australian police. These events took place a few years ago in the southern highlands of Papua New Guinea. At the time, this island was preparing its independence from Australia. Every day, the Mendibo and Hembianke have every good reason to engage in war. But will they risk coming face to face with Australian justice? Not on the eve of independence. It is in the best interest of both clans to settle their dispute in a non-violent manner. So, to solve their problems, they decide to take recourse in a prestige contest, the Potlach. The Mendibos defy the Hembianke to trade all their possessions for animals to slaughter and distribute them. The clan who will distribute the most meat will win. The Hembianke start showing their economic strength by displaying 60 cassowaries. Chief Posu advises his warriors to keep a low profile to avoid triggering a war. He urges them to answer back by displaying their own wealth, namely pigs.
Your clan cannot afford to have such a big pig, and we have a lot of them.
The Hembianke, stung to the quick, reveal their secret weapon. They all pitched in to import 16 cows from Australia. Posu witnesses the massacre in great dismay. He knows his clan will receive the meat, and if he doesn't want to lose face, he will not only have to match this gift, but he will even have to exceed it. The Hembianke, giving way to their winner's arrogance, drag the cows to the Mendibos beyond the road where the border fence separating the territories used to stand. There, they display their 16 cows in front of an assembly of allied and enemy warriors. Chief Posu considers this ostentation. The Mendibos try to counter by bringing their entire reserve of fat pigs to the scene. In complete silence, a Mendibo counts his pigs, one by one. If they can come up with 5 pigs for every cow, the clan will survive. Otherwise, it will disappear in shame for not being able to top the gift of its rivals.
What are your pigs worth? You aren't even able to line up any cows. Bunch of stinkers. Where are your allies? Aren't they going to help you? You are defeated. You are humiliated, poor guys.
The Mendibo are unable to come up with enough pigs. So Chief Posu, in a last grand gesture, offers the 2 cows he had acquired to start his stock farm. And to the great joy of his clan, he brings them up next to the cows of the enemy. Chief Posu and the Mendibo lose by a small margin, but honor is saved and the clan will survive. On the last day of the potlatch, the Mendibo and the Hembianke, side by side, are busy cooking the meat on hot stones covered with dirt. The fire spread over several hundred meters. And when the time comes to exchange gifts, Each side is doing its utmost to give more than they receive, in order to increase their prestige and force the debtor to surpass their generosity. Quite a history lesson. Man, in his eternal search for prestige, has found a way to replace war by economic competition. A competition of a special kind, that is, since it grants more value to gifts and social relations than to the accumulation of wealth.